can see, so far I really like it, so let me know if you like it too. I'm also using different settings on my mic because it's a bit far away, so also let me know how you like it. And now let's get on with the video. By the way, yes, I am wearing something a little extra today. I'm starting to think that it's a little over the top, but you know, it's the end of 2020. Let's celebrate. I actually wore this dress before, even the necklace, and the crown I actually used for a costume back in the day. So I just kind of threw it all together, and this is what happened. I think I wore this dress before to prom or something. Here it's a tradition when you graduate high school that you still go to the prom next year, and the year after that. So I think I wore it to one of those occasions. I'm not exactly sure. Also, I wish I had this dress before, because when I was 15 we had these dance classes that everybody had to attend, and it was a classical dance, and it would have been perfect for that. Maybe I should make a story time about that. Well, anyway, today I'll be doing a whispered ramble, and I'll be setting my goals for 2021. Now that 2020 is finally over, thank God. I'll be also talking about something that I noticed in this year. It was a very difficult year for everybody, I think. And then I'll talk a bit more about some traditions that I would usually do on New Year's Eve, but this year it's just not possible. So let's get into that. By the way, I think you can really hear my dress when I move around. It's very interesting. I'm still getting used to this setup. I might have to figure out a couple of things. I'm not even wearing earphones today, so I cannot hear myself, because it would probably ruin the whole mood, you know, the whole dress. So I'm a little uncomfortable today, but it's okay. So let's get to the goals. I tried to come up with 10 goals for this year, but to be honest, I'm not much of a person who would suddenly set some goals for myself for the next year. I don't even believe in New Year's resolutions, to be honest, because I believe that you should start everything before, because if you just start at January, I can't say January, I noticed this in my previous videos, January the 1st, it's just not gonna work. So I made an exception for this video. If you have seen my last video, I kind of spoiled it a little bit that I'll be doing this video today, and it's almost like a follow-up to that video, a little bit. I keep readjusting my dress and my necklace constantly. Well, before I get to it, I actually brought a drink, and originally I wanted to drink wine a little bit, and then I realized that I don't have any wine glasses, so I brought some whiskey. I haven't drank whiskey since I was probably 19. The legal age here for drinking is 18, so it was totally legal, but I drank too much whiskey back then and I was sick, and I didn't drink it ever since then, so it's still strong. Oh my god. I'm regretting my choice of drink a little bit, but it's okay. So I probably will not be drinking anymore throughout this video, because if I do, I'm only going to cry at some point. So, because it's so strong that my eyes are watering. Well, okay, so I just realized that there was a weird light coming from that room, so I fixed it. By the way, today I was just reminded why I don't do really suits me that well. But you'll be the judge. Okay, now let's get to the actual goals. So the first goal that I would like to achieve this year is that I would like to read at least 20 books. I know that 20 is almost a small number. I used to read at least 30 or 40 books a year. I think the most I've ever read was 50 books. And then I just completely stopped reading. To be honest, I'm always reading a lot of books for school and for my thesis, and I don't really have, I don't want to say time, because I think I do have time to read a bit more in my free time, but I always just do other things, to be honest. I think this could be almost considered as like a complimentary goal, but I don't really want to spend a lot of time on social media this year, because I believe that if I don't know, like, to be honest, I used to just spend days on like Facebook or Instagram. I think at some point I spent like 5 hours a day on Instagram, which is just too much. So I set a timer, and I want to take that time where I was doing nothing to do something more productive and read books. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. I think I hear a car. By the way, I don't have my earphones on, so I don't really hear any background noises. So I apologize. To be honest, I would like to read more books about self-improvement this year. Last year I've read maybe one, and that was it. I mean, one book for like self-growth, and I don't know, to be honest, I used to hate those types of books completely. Like, if there was a self-improvement book, I would just not be interested in it at all. But I'm starting to change my perspective on that, because this year I kind of realized that I need to how would I say this? I realized that this is gonna sound like really narcissistic, and I'm wearing a crown. Oh my god. I'm not as perfect as I thought that I am personality wise. I used to believe that I'm pretty like self-collected person who knows what they're doing and who doesn't have any issues, and if my behavior is a little how would I say, not normal, that it's justified. I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say. I'm kind of snitching on myself a little bit, but I think before I just didn't believe that I can actually improve something, which is a very immature way of thinking. This sounds so weird when I have a crown on my head. It's just go with it, you know. Okay. So there's that. By the way, my favorite genre of books is fantasy. I always like reading fantasy, but I don't want to just stick to reading fantasy this year. I will totally read some fantasy books as well. But I want to have like a good mixture. I'm not that big of a fan of contemporary, to be honest. I usually would read fantasy, sci-fi, and now I try to like read the self-improvement books too. But that's about it, really. I'm not that big of romance either. By the way, I'm in a different room today, and in that room that you actually sometimes could hear a dog, I was just right next to the barking dog, the neighbor's dog. But now that I'm in this room, I was like, okay, this is totally going to be fine. No dogs here. And I hear some different dogs from like different parts of the town. Oh well. There's dogs everywhere. Everybody is owning dogs in my country. And I mean everybody. Now on to the second goal. And that is regarding my see about that. I have to figure some stuff out. I know how to edit a green screen, I know all of that, but I had never have filmed a video for YouTube with a green screen, so before then it was just all fun and games, but now it's like real, you know, if you know what I mean. So I will be making some small changes to my content. There's tons of things that I would like to try, and especially in December I sort of focused on, well, two things I would say. I focused on just facts videos or the Korean videos. I debated, or I kind of thought about completely stopping the Korean series, because I feel like whenever I film it I always mess something up, and then I feel really insecure about having those videos out. And to be honest, I think I get a lot of weird comments on those videos too. So I thought about completely like stopping the series, even deleting some of the videos for a while. The thing is, like, I know that you guys like them, and I know that you guys, you know, whenever you write me, oh, this helped me so much, like, thank you, it truly warms my heart. And that's pretty much the only reason why I will continue the series, because truth be told, yes, that series is pulling some views, but if it was just that, I don't think that I would be doing those videos at all, if it was just for the views, if you know what I mean. But this year I would like to share also some parts of my culture a little bit. I will be doing some mythology videos, some maybe fairy tales videos, folklore videos, stuff like that. Because I think I'm the only Czech person who is making ASMR videos in English. There's a lot of ASMR artists coming from Czech Republic, where I'm from, but they all make videos in Czech. So it's almost my duty to share my culture to the outer world. Even though I'm a small channel, it doesn't matter, you know. So I'll be doing that. And yeah, let's see what I will come up with this year. I'm really excited about the new background, even though I'm a little uncomfortable filming here. It's fine, I'll get used to it. I was really uncomfortable filming at first in the other room with the regular background, but that was almost 6 months ago. And now that I got really comfortable there, it's time for me to like level up and step up my production a little bit and step out of my comfort zone again. So there's that. The third goal, and this is going to be really short, is that I would like to work out at least three times a week from now on. I miss working out so much, and for some reason I couldn't get into it again. To be fair, I worked out 5 times a week this year, and then it was too much and I stopped completely. And I think that I need to get back on track, but I don't want to overdo it again, just like before. So I'll probably, I think like 3 times a week is reasonable for me. I would also like to start dancing again. I completely stopped dancing after last year, I think. Actually, like in October last year. Before then, I don't know, I'm not a good dancer anyway, but it just brought me so much joy, and I honestly miss that. And it doesn't matter if, you know, nobody's gonna like see me dancing, you know, it's just, I'm dancing for myself, and I'm you know, just, this may sound weird, but like I'm making myself happy with doing something that I love. So I know that like people actually, you know, train to be a dancer and they want to post videos of them dancing, but that's never going to happen. So you will not see those videos on my channel say making them because I like making them, but I don't necessarily enjoy having them out there. Can I say it? My goal is to stop comparing myself to other small channels. I've learned not to compare myself to big channels. I think now that I have the new background and I stepped up my production a little bit, maybe I should compare myself to those channels. But anyway, I was saying that usually I would compare myself to people who had the same amount of subscribers, or who started around the same time as I did, or who started even sooner, and I would compare myself to them. It always made me so sad about my channel and what I was doing, because I was always like, well, they're doing this differently, maybe I should do this differently. I don't like the content that I'm putting out. Should I put out a different content, stuff like that. And although it is important to kind of see what others are doing in a way, just so you can learn and get better, at the same time it's very dangerous because you can fall down a rabbit hole very quickly. So I also need to learn to not be so hard on myself and on what I'm doing. And I tried doing that this year, at the end of this year, but I'm not that good at that. Okay, next goal, and I think this is the last one. Yeah, actually, I wrote down a list, by the way, and I'm looking at it right now. And yeah, I also wrote down, don't care about malicious or bad comments as much. I do have a filter on my comment section, so sometimes if you type in a hateful comment, it's probably not gonna show up because ain't nobody got time for that, okay? Now on to the last goal, and that is that I would like to start a non-ASMR channel, and I've put this onto the last place is because I'm not exactly sure if I want to do that, if I would eventually decide to do that. I would probably make a channel about books, but first of all, I'm not reading as much books anymore these days, so there's really no point for me to make a channel if I would just read 20 books a year. I don't know, maybe I will do something else, but I'm also constantly split between working on this channel, the ASMR channel that I absolutely love, that would just stay my primary channel, or doing something a little different, because right now I don't really have time to make more videos with just everything going on. But if I could, I'm always constantly stuck between, oh, should I make more ASMR, because I know I already have worked hard on this channel and I need to work harder, or should I just make something totally different, because I'm a little worried about burning out creatively. Sometimes I just don't have enough ideas for this channel, but I would have ideas for the book channel. But then I think, oh, well, technically I can transform those ideas into ASMR too, but I know that you guys don't really like book ASMRs, so I don't know, I'm constantly split, and that's why I've just put it at the last place. Okay, now let's look back on 2020 a little bit. I'm not gonna talk about this too much. I think 2020 was probably a bad year for everybody. I'm grateful that this was the year that I started my channel, which I wanted to do for a very, very long time. But other than that, I think I'll just name the things that I'm grateful for, because we don't need any negativity. We don't need any more negativity, I would say. I think that this year helped some people to reveal their true colors, and for that I'm grateful for. I think sometimes even with family family or friends, you can kind of see who was being safe, who suddenly started to believe some crazy conspiracy theories. It's been a crazy year, but in a way I'm grateful that suddenly I can see some people for who they really are, if I make sense. It also helped me to cut off some people from my life that I no longer needed. And by that I mean people who were openly just making me terrible. I guess toxic people, I could say that. So I'm grateful for that as well. I'm grateful for you guys, because I know that some of you guys have joined later. You know, it doesn't matter if you joined later or when I just started. I want to thank you all for being here. Everybody here is welcomed, you know. I was also able to spend some time on like language learning because of quarantine. I think I did a video, like 7 stuff I started because of quarantine, but it was a long time ago and I don't like that video that much now. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just grateful that I'm still alive and that I'm surrounded by people that I love and who hopefully love me. Okay, now let's finish this video with talking about some like New Year's traditions. So every year, ever since I was probably 17, me and my friend would gather and do costumes. And I think one year we did like Harry Potter themed costumes. What else? We did The Mummy, the movie, too. We did the goddesses, I think. That was a long time ago. I think we to be fair, I don't even remember what we did. But obviously, this year we couldn't really do that. And that's kind of why I decided to make this video, because in a way, I am in a costume almost, you know. And I just missed it. I missed dressing up and doing, you know, like something extra. So that's pretty much the reason for this video. So I hope you enjoyed it. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope that you all will have a wonderful 2021. You can tune in for a next video that will be the first video of 2021. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in a new year.